What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, Friday Face-Off, or whatever day you're listening to this podcast here today. 10 minutes are on the clock. We got Vex and we got Steph and Matt on here to talk some youth hockey today. And today I wanted to talk about something that is near and dear to our hearts. And that is better people make better hockey players. Better people make better hockey players. And, you know, we do a lot in youth hockey and it's funny, like I talk a lot of youth development, hockey development with a lot of different people. And one of the things that I'm starting to talk about way more is just like, if you want to be an elite hockey player, like if you want to achieve the highest levels of this game, it's not just your hockey talent that gets you there. It's the life skills that you have. And my worry in, you know, what I know and all we've researched about youth hockey is that not enough time, effort, and resources goes into the life skills development of our kids to help them to develop those skills that can help them to be the best hockey player that they can be, which also will help them to be the best people that they can be in life outside of hockey. And so Matt and Steph, you guys do so much work in the youth hockey space with youth organizations. Can you guys tell me a little bit, number one, on like why this life skills thing is so important? Number two, why do you think there isn't as much of an emphasis on it? And then maybe what are some things that some youth clubs that you guys have seen do to really provide a lot of value when it comes to life skills development for the kids? So let's just start. Why is this important? Steph, let's go to you. You got kids, you know, you got a son that's going to play junior hockey. You got a daughter that just graduated playing D3 hockey. You know, what have you, like, why is this life skill stuff so important?
You know, I think it's because so much of it translates, so much of what they have to do in youth hockey, and it translates into real world stuff. Everybody's going to have a job after hockey, right? It's just a matter of how soon that real job starts. The ability to communicate well, the ability to take feedback, the ability to absorb information in all different ways and then apply it to whatever your task at hand is. I mean, we can talk about, you know, leadership and resilience and accountability and all the things that are the buzzwords that are very, very true. But I think oftentimes what gets overlooked is how those things apply practically and translate from hockey, from your youth experience, from your experience on the team, both challenging teams and the best years. And I think sometimes orgs and parents miss the boat on, and I've done it too. This is not me pointing fingers, but I think it's easy to want to provide the easiest path, the smoothest path we can for our kids, instead of letting them sit in the difficulty, because that's really where they learn how to be a good leader. They learn how to communicate what's wrong and how to come out of it. And I think organizations can be better at fostering those kinds of life skills, and parents can be more open to allowing coaches and organizations help foster those kinds of skills.
Maddie, I know you probably have something to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, you said it at the top, like the stuff matters, and just so we're making sure we get the right umbrella over this here. This matters for everybody. Like, you know, for the folks out there who are saying he's not talking about me, I'm going to the NHL, you know, character buildings for rec players, or for the organization out there that says I got elite in my title, we're all about winning. That's not for us. You know, the high character and high performance aren't mutually exclusive. They're absolutely linked. One tends to predict the other. You know, organizations that prioritize building people often build better players too, and win as a result. You know, show me a player who's resilient, coachable, self-aware, a great teammate, emotionally mature. I mean, between recruiting and training those high-level athletes, both of you guys have seen those athletes. Those are who you want at the college and pro level. Those are the guys who get to keep playing longer in this sport, and gals. Character is not separate from performance. So I hope everyone is clued into this, because I think there's a shorthand that says, you know, a myth that says youth sports automatically builds character, like it's baked into the rule book or something. And that's true to some extent, but it's not as automatic as we think. We've seen teenage 20-year-old players who are a little entitled, a little selfish, who missed a few lessons along the way. It happens. If we aren't intentional, as Steph said, then we can miss it. Sports doesn't build character, it reveals character. It's all the people and things around hockey that build character: parents, coaches, leadership, the systems and things we put around it. Those are the gatekeepers to whether youth hockey is transactional or transformational.
Go ahead,
Dropping
Max.
7 different types of smoke today, Maddie. Transactional or transformational, not transactional. Character does not just automatically come to a player, right? I tell my guys in the gym all the time, like, just being in the gym with these guys who are the best at your age doesn't make you better. Yes, you are in the room, and that's going to rub off on you. But you also have to do the right things. You have to learn from them. You have to put in the time, energy, effort. It's not just, oh, you train at GMT, so you're going to be jacked. All the guys who are jacked are doing the best. They're working the hardest. They're dedicated. They're all these things. And as somebody who's worked with thousands of players in person, and I say this all the time, my guys who go the furthest, and when I talk about going the furthest, I'm looking at their skill potential, because there is a little bit of a ceiling on that. Yes, you can go a little bit past it, right? But like, the guys who actually hit their full potential are also the best people. It's not an accident. I don't remember your exact verbiage. I'm sorry, because you dropped 8 more friggin' smoke bombs after that one. You said something about character not being just like, it's not just automatically revealed to you. You got to earn it. And it's so true. The best kids, like the best manners, the ones who they care, like they clean up. The guys who always clean up after themselves versus the kid who just leaves right when his session's over, right? Like those little intangible details about being a good person, being a good human, caring about others. That is one of the biggest reasons that the best guys are the best guys. They're not the best guys, and then they do that. They do that, which makes them the best guys, which helps their development in all different areas, and that's why they go the furthest. I love that you said that.
So, Maddie and Steph, what can we do as adults to provide this type of education and to provide these types of opportunities where kids can develop some of these life skills? Maddie, you just rattled off, a couple different things like resilience and other life skills like that. Like, what are some things that you've seen youth programs do? What are some examples? What are some life skills? Like, take us from the idea into the tangible execution of what, maybe there's a coach listening. What can they do with their kids that they have?
Well, I sort of look at it in building blocks, right? Like, there's the little daily things, and it's returning the shopping cart, right? That's the metaphor, right? Who returns the shopping cart? Who leaves it in the parking lot for someone to run into and ruin their day? It's going that extra mile, I think, to exude character on a daily basis, and we can do that as coaches for our players. Showing up early, cleaning the locker room, owning your mistakes, thanking volunteers, respecting officials, being a thumb pointer, not a finger pointer. I think that starts to build that sort of positivity. Now, that's just the coach. That needs to be reinforced, right? It's the car ride home. All that gets undone if mom and dad, say, well, coach is an idiot, or that, undermines that process, doesn't allow themselves to invest and sort of give themselves to that transformational experience. So that's one of the potential disconnects. And that's where I would start. From there, I look to more systemic stuff. And I know this is where Steph definitely has some strong thoughts, but like, a lot of clubs have slogans on the wall. How do we turn that slogan into a habit, into a routine?
Well, and I think, Maddie, you hit that on the head from an organizational standpoint. You're absolutely right about parents. You're absolutely right about coaches. But if you're not part of an organization whose leadership truly values things like building a meaningful mentorship program where your older kids are showing the way, and your older parents, and I don't just eat mentorship, not just for players, but parents. Maybe you're inserting, a parent or two that have been through the program and really embrace what it means to be building good people as well. And they're sort of shepherding the new folks in, learn to skate, learn to play. Parents, they're there as a resource. A club that really prioritizes giving back to the community, whether that's going and volunteering at places, food banks, things like that, children's hospital if it's allowed, but really making that something that is an organizational requirement as opposed to, oh, we've got this really active parent in this one birth year, so their teams do this, but nobody else does. It shouldn't be that. It should be something that's important organizationally, and then you lean on those people for whom it's passionate about to help you execute that kind of mission and that kind of credibility building, culture building stuff within your org.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love it. Well, it's a little bit of caught, not taught, like you were talking about, Maddie. Like, best thing you can do to teach kids life skills is to live them as a leader. And then some tangible things, Steph, that you had there too. I love the community service aspect of it. I've been a part of a lot of those, and that very much is a perspective shifter and a life skills builder, no question. So, all right, guys, good stuff today. 10 minutes are up. Appreciate your time. Life skills, baby. Build them. Let's go.